Hey, I'm CAIN. I'm an Australian producer, I guess. Make house music. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. I got into music when I was in high school. Well, I grew up with house music all around me. Like, my parents loved it. Like, every day we'd hear like all these crazy old artists and stuff, and it was awesome. But I really got into it during high school when I discovered like this software that you can like DJ and stuff, and like put like audio files together and stuff, and I like learnt to do like basic DJ mixes, I guess, and they were terrible, like awful. But a couple years later they started to get better and started to fall in love with it, and then I wanted to take the jump to production, and like it all just kind of snowballed from there. Musical influences. I'd probably have to say biggest musical influence of my life would be Axwell, because he's generally the reason I'm here, because my parents loved that music so much that growing up, like, all I really heard was Axwell. So like these days my musical influences shift around a bit, like week to week I find new artists, things that inspire me, but the main reason I'm here doing what I love is probably because of Axwell. I think most people find the most challenging is the mixdowns, like that final little like 2% of the track that makes it like from like an okay track to like, all right, this is like a sick track, this is good to sign. Like, it's the mixdown that kind of defines your track and like really places it in record labels and stuff. So I think the mixdown to me is the hardest and most challenging part for sure. My plans for this ADE are lots of parties every night, getting drunk, having fun, talking to some amazing people. But during the day we've got meetings with some artists, with some labels, with agents, everything, and interviews, like catching up with people and friends of mine and stuff, having chats. We got a radio show we're going to co-host on Digitize. It's going to be really fun. I'm looking forward to this year. Yeah, it's going to be great. I've got some upcoming projects. Yeah, I've got a couple things I could probably mention. Like, I'm working on a track. I'm always working on tracks with the guys over at Last Three Digits. I'm doing some collabs with the guy Daniel Etienne, my Mexican friend. He's an amazing producer. I'm super excited about that stuff. And then we've got some cool other things. A lot of remixes that I'm super excited about that I can't really say the artist just yet because we haven't confirmed. But it's got some amazing stuff coming up, some really good music coming out, so I'm super excited. The plugins. Alright. So, I really love the stock Ableton stuff because I use Ableton as my main DAW. I love the stock stuff that they give, but like for an essential in the studio, you gotta have LFO tool. I think it's like the best thing when it comes to doing mixdowns and like cleaning out tracks, creating LFOs, modulation, all that stuff. It's awesome. Another really good one is the SSL compressor by Waves. It is just amazing things. It's so clean and just like it really makes the mix loud. It's a must-have plugin, I reckon. The dance scene at the moment is changing, I think, a bit. Like, I think people they saw where it was going. Like, Big Room was a massive thing. It was kind of like the commercialized kind of radio stuff that was going out for ages, and it was great for house music and that to have an amazing like audience and getting all that attention with the massive festivals. But I think these days people are kind of spreading their wings a little bit. They're going to a little bit more underground places. Like, techno's on the rise massively. Tech house is booming. Like, the groove house scene came up. It's like on fire at the moment. Everyone is loving what Kreider and Tom Starr are doing at the moment. I think it's going some interesting places. I'm super excited to see where it goes in the next 12 months. Yeah, there's not much that I do when I'm not making music and stuff, because that's all I do. Like, I make music like from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep. Like, I guess I really enjoy like playing games with my mates and stuff. Like, we get into the FIFA and we get into the Destinies and stuff. We play some video games and we have fun and we go and have drinks and stuff. But like most of the time it's just hard work, like always in the studio trying to get better and make some tracks for the people. In 5 years I'd like to be standing right here again. Like, Amsterdam's the place to be. It's where I love That's where I love being. I would live here if I could. I just love it here. Music-wise, I'd really like to be hitting it up with like the tool room kind of guys. I think that's a really awesome goal for me to get to. I think where I'm at the moment, it's accessible, the music that I'm loving, and the kind of the rate that I'm progressing. I think in 5 years' time, that's an achievable goal. Yeah, awesome. A tool room. Getting into DJing production, my main advice, I think, would be look after your ears. Number one, most important thing. If you go clubbing, earplugs. Don't listen to your music too loud in the studio. It sounds awesome, but like it just ruins your ears, and fatigue. Ear fatigue is like a major issue actually. So look after those bad boys. You only got one set. But like more on the music side, I would say make sure you're happy with your music. Like don't be disheartened when people don't like your tunes, because even the biggest guys, 90% of their tracks don't come out because they're just not perfect. So if you're making a song a month and like people aren't loving it, it's okay, because the big guys aren't getting their tracks signed as well. So it's just a matter of time. You keep pushing, keep learning. That's the most important thing. And I think if you're determined enough, you'll get there. I think you put in the work.